Hello and welcome to today's session. In today's session, I will discuss about casework recording. In my previous class, I have mentioned about casework recording. Now, I will give you a recap of casework recording. Case record is a written account of the casework proceedings. However, from the above statement, one should not conclude that case recording is an easy, routine, and simple task. Perform it, it's a highly skilled and complex task. Recording is an important and integral part of casework procedure, and it is an output of the activity of the casework. The importance of recording lies both in the process as well as the product. For an individual who is planning to become a caseworker, the art of record writing is worth striving to develop and perfect. Purpose of recording: as an aid to practice, we need to practice it. As an aid to administration, in the administration process, it helps. As an aid to teaching and supervision, so if you want to become a teacher and you need to supervise students, this recording will help you. As an aid to research, if you want to become a researcher, this recording will help you a lot. Principles of casework recording: 1. Accuracy, objectivity, simplicity, and clarity should be observed in writing records. Second, facts and their interpretation should be distinguished as it leads to objectivity. Third, record must be orderly in its arrangement. Fourth, a long record is not necessarily a good record. Record should neither be too long nor too short. Number 5. The casework records are not meant to be literary masterpieces. Therefore, they should be written in simple language and simple style. Number 6. A telling verbatim quote can sometimes depict a situation much better than a narrative description. Therefore, wherever possible, reaction of the client should be recorded in their own words. Number 7. A record should have readability and visibility and should contain a clear and concise presentation of the material. Number 8. To maintain clarity and accuracy, avoid using words which are vague, ambiguous, and likely to be misinterpreted. Number 9. The details of every significant subject or situation should be given. Number 10. Any record should show clarity the nature of the problem presented or the request made. Types of casework recording. There are various types. So some of the types I'm going to discuss here. One is process recording. Process is continuous development involving many changes. It is a series of actions, changes, or functions that bring about an end result. Process recording tries to record this development and actions. These developments are directly or meaningfully related to understanding of a person in situation and the intervention process. It is selective in its recording. Interactions which have direct bearing or meaning for intervention are recorded, and the rest of the details of interactions are discarded. The focus is not on the development of the events as much, but on the development related to understanding of and intervening in the person's psychosocial life. In process recording, the process of helping is recorded, which includes the relevant conversations, observations, and reaction of the worker in the developmental sequence. It gives an idea to the supervisor if the caseworker has used his knowledge of human behavior and social situations, if his reactions to the client's verbal and nonverbal communications are appropriate, and if planning for future is consistent with the presenting situation. The usefulness of the process recording depends to a considerable extent to the ability of the worker to recall exactly what had happened and in what order, and to look at the facts in an objective manner in order to get at underlying feelings and meanings. Process recording is time consuming, so should be used carefully. Next is summary recording. Summary recording is a good device for organizing and analyzing facts. It points to the meaning and the relative importance of the materials gathered. A careful summary made at appropriate intervals reduces any bulk writing, clarifies direction, and saves the worker's time. Summative recording is a summary of all the formative assessment carried out over a long period and makes statements about the client's progress. It is commonly assumed to be a review or recapitulation of material that has already appeared in the record. It may be either topically arranged or may appear as condensed chronological narrative. Miss Sheffield has defined summary in social casework recording as a digest of significant facts in the client's history which has previously been recorded. A summary can be an assessment, a periodic summary, or closing summary. Next is narrative recording. Attempts to record as much as possible of what happens within the focus of the observation. Narrative records based on observations have the advantages of being open-ended and flexible, and they can provide a wealth of information. They are time consuming to both record and interpret. Next is verbatim recording. This is the replica of truthful and realistic information given by the individual on his own words. This method is frequently exercised in the process because it is accurate and intention based. It helps the worker to make appropriate plan to solve a case. The style of verbatim recording are shown below. First row you can see selective verbatim dialogue of client. Next is dialogue of the caseworker, then gut feelings. So it's caseworker's gut feeling, then client's reaction, then any outcome. So in that way, you can develop your own format for verbatim recording. Now, selective verbatim dialogue of client. You see, client has mentioned, I am alone. Nobody is supporting me to carry out my work at home. As I did something wrong with my family member. Oh, that is client dialogue. Then dialogue of the caseworker. Oh, if you don't mind, can you please tell me what happened earlier with you? Then it's a gut feeling of the client, of the caseworker. The client is upset. Yes, this is quite natural in denial stage. So as a social worker, you have your own feelings, no? So when client will share, you can understand the situation of the client. Then client's reaction, you need to observe the client's reaction and you need to record it. Started crying. When you raise that questions, client started crying. Then outcome, client seems depressed. Then next, the worker, after the gut feeling, no, then worker felt that need to wait for some times. Let her cry first, and then further proceedings. Then again, casework made a dialogue. Are you okay? Can you share me what has happened to you? And after sometimes you can see client's reaction stop crying. Then client started dialoguing again. Actually, sometimes I used to smoke, and once my father saw me with cigarettes. That is client's feeling, no? And it came up. Then caseworker. Okay, what happened thereafter? Then client again started sharing. He was upset and told me that don't believe me. He also passed this message to all the family members. Everyone started neglecting me. Then as a caseworker, oh, then outcome, client is a smoker, family neglected client because of that. So in that way, when you interact with your client, you need to record the dialogue, exact dialogue. Then what is your dialogue? What is client's dialogue? You need to record. What is your dialogue? You need to record. Then what are the gut feeling from your side, from the social worker side? You need to record. Then client's reaction also need to record. Then outcome you need to record. So in that way you can record verbatim recording. So today what you have learned process recording is a big process, and you need to record everything. You need to record observation, behavior, social process, everything. Then summary recording, here you will record the summary. So what are the information shared? You need to write the summary. And then narrative, you can narrate the story. Okay. Then verbatim recording. Verbatim recording means you will collect all the information, truthful information in a written record. So in that way, you can do recording. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.